All right, so ever since I ripped the sunroof off my car when I first got out here, I've been in pick and pulls, basically pulling parts from other E30s to like put on mine, or just to have spares of, because this car is 38 years old now. It's 2022, so the car's about 38 years old. So finding brand new parts, first and foremost, ordering anything from BMW is going to be an arm and a leg. So I'm not gonna do that. So then I go to pick and pulls and I pull whatever I can for spares and for stuff like that. So today we're going with Thiago to two possibly pick and pulls. We're going to one in Newark, California, which is about 20 miles from where I live, and then we might go to one in Antelope, which is about an hour and a half drive. So the one in Newark has a 540i or 740i, and what we're going to pull from that, we're going to pull the intake or throttle body, I think, because Miles is doing an S52 swap. So if you get the intake or throttle body from a 740i, it's bigger than the one that comes on the S52, so obviously more airflow. You can make a whole cool setup, whatever. Also, there's a 535i there, automatic, that I need the engine harness from, because I'm still trying to get used to look at the camera. Okay, I need the engine harness from the 535i. It's an automatic, so it might be a little harder to put in my car because you have to bypass the the park switch. But what I'm thinking is I take the 535i harness, the automatic harness, and try and graft it to the harness I already have, because I have the 535 harness for a manual, and the sensors are similar. I'm just missing the plug that goes into the ECU. So what I can do is strip back what I have and try and connect the wires to one another and see if that works. There's also a 525i there in Newark, which has the M20 engine, and apparently I can use the M20 engine wiring harness to wire up my car as well. And I kind of need the 2-row pins, because the aftermarket ECU I want to get only has 2-row pins, which is Motronic 1.2 and 1.1. Motronic 1.3 has the 3-row pins. So we're still trying to figure out what we're going to do, but I'm just like trying to get all the engine harnesses I can get to see if I can put it together. In Antelope, there's a 325i. So I think Thiago needs a emergency brake bracket, I think, or something like that, or we're gonna pull whatever we can from there. I need the ECU, I need the engine harness from that car too. So it doesn't matter which one has what. We're just gonna go and see what we can get. Hopefully we can kill as many birds with as few stones in Newark rather than going to Antelope. But if we gotta go to Antelope, we gotta go to Antelope. Nice. Push. I'm pulling. It's not going anywhere. Yeah. I feel it. Yeah. So we found another M30 B35 in the 7 Series. I'm with Thiago. He's out here helping me. We're gonna pull a cylinder head from this car Nope. We're gonna pull an engine probably from that car over there. But for now, I'm taking this cable, the box I already took off, and then maybe the wiring harness. Alright, so I got the engine harness out of the 735i. It's an automatic, so this harness I'm gonna have to play around with. But I also took the harness out of a 525i, which they both ran on Motronic 1.3. You can tell it's Motronic 1.3 because of the 3 rows of pins. The idiots who decided to cut the housing plug off of this one, they did whatever they did. So I'm going to try and graft it. I'm going to have to do some pin readouts, things of that nature. But now I have 3 harnesses now to play around with to try and get it to fit up. They also cut this on the other harness, but on my harness I think it's there. We're going to double check. I don't know. But this housing was real important, because for me to run the 525i harness and make it look OEM, I'm gonna have to take some of these plugs out and then put those plugs in to make it work. But all in a day's work, he got the math he was looking for. So we're good. I might pull the engine out of this just to have two M30s, and then we're gonna pull the engine and transmission out of the other one next week. So today we didn't do any engine work. I didn't go to storage to get anything. Today was the pick and pull day. We were able to get most of the parts we needed for the projects that we're working on. Like I said, I'm swapping the M30B35 into my car, and Miles is swapping in the S52 into his car. I went there I wanted to get the differential out of the E34 because apparently you can use the internals from the E34 as long as it's the 188 millimeter casing. But I was like, maybe later. Also, the engine harnesses were the main focus because I have the engine. I don't have a computer, I don't have a harness, I don't have a transmission. You know, that's the three things that I'm kind of missing. Again, I'm sticking with my standard transmission that's in it right now, which is in the M10. Once I, maybe turbo it, then I need a transmission that can handle that kind of power. And I can compensate that in the meantime by getting an HD clutch and a, stronger flywheel, whatever the case may be. But the engine harnesses were the main focus. So we went to the 525i. I pulled the engine harness from that. Thiago wanted the cylinder head from that engine, so we started tearing it down and everything like that. We got to the cylinder head and block. It's ready to come out because someone had taken the transmission out that car already. So the engine block is ready to just come out. I think the motor mounts are off the car as well. The car's just sitting there on the subframe, I think. I mean, the engine's just sitting there on the subframe. So we kind of hit it because we weren't gonna buy that today. So probably this Friday we go back out there to finish up everything because he wants the engine so he can build his car up because he's gonna build the second motor and drop that into his car so he can still, kind of like what I'm doing. The car's my daily, so I have to do everything in the meantime before I drop everything in, accumulate everything, make sure everything is properly collected so that when I drop the engine in, it doesn't take a week or something like that. I think I'm gonna take like 4 days off of work or 2 days off of work since I don't work 2 days. Take 2 days off, and from dusk till dawn every day, just work on getting it in the car, buttoning everything up, making sure the wiring is good. I think I'm gonna do that. But we pulled the engine harness off of that, some other bits and pieces, and then it wasn't a 535i that was there. It was a 735i. So I took the engine harness off of that as well. I thought I could get to it before everyone else, but I got to it, and as you probably saw, they cut the connector that goes into the computer off. So I think I can salvage it to the point where maybe I get the part that's missing, depin it, and then repin it with the stuff that I already have. Since I have two harnesses and they're both Motronic 1.1 or 1.3s, which is the 3 rows of pins, I can take the off the 525 harness, take that 3-row pin off, and then graft it to the one that goes to the 735. The issue with the 735 is that it's from an automatic, so I know I'm gonna have to one wire or something like that. I'm gonna have to reroute or something like that so that the parking brake or something like that, or the park something. I have to reread the guide again, but because it's an automatic and not a manual, there's no parking manual. Your parking manual is neutral with e-brake. In an automatic, it's park. So I'm gonna have to do some more research on the harness, but I'm accumulating as many harnesses as I can get, so I can either fully deconstruct one and then understand the wiring on that one while I have all these spares, and then on one of the spares I have enough experience on the old one or another one, and then put this one together, that kind of thing. Um, so I got those two. I got the air box for the M30 engine, which was in the 735i. I didn't get anything else. I was thinking about getting the coolant tank that sits on top of not on top of the engine, but behind the engine. But I realized our engine bays, it's a luxury. The 737 series are luxury ones. 3 series are more so your commuter, regular, regular type of the time. I mean, regular cars. So I'm gonna have to play around with that, but definitely a huge step in the right direction now that I have all these harnesses. And harnesses at Pick and Pull are like $20, no joke. Like I literally, where's my receipt at? I'm not getting my receipt, but $25 for that, and the airbox I think was like 34 or something like that. I ended up paying like $51. But we're gonna go back on Friday. I want to get the fuel rail from the 525, maybe the MAF from the 735, and some other components from the M30 engine in there. I kind of want to pull that engine and have two M30s and then drop another M30 and something else, I don't know. After this engine swap, I'm going to do another engine swap because I'm probably going to be addicted to swapping engines. I would like to drop M30s and all E30s, If I can get my hands on another 1984 318i, then I'll more than welcome to get an M30 and drop it in there. Complete engines at Pick and Pulls are $300. That's alternator, power steering, AC, ECU, engine harness, long block, cylinder head, all that together. The complete engine is only $300. And to put that in perspective, I paid $350 for mine, which came with all that stuff except the completed engine harness. But yeah, that was just the gist of what today was. We just went there to check some stuff out, cop some stuff. He got what he needed, which I can't speak on because it's a surprise for Miles. I'm not going to speak on it. But we're going to go back in there Friday and see. I'm going to help him take out the engine so we can have the engine. I don't think I need anything else right now. But of course, once I go in there, like, oh, maybe I should cop this or maybe I should get that. But yeah, that was today's episode. Thanks for watching per usual. Be safe out there. We saw an airplane in the sky. I don't know why we thought Russia was trying to bomb us, but that's where shit is at right now. But yeah, thanks for watching.